Hello, my beautiful geeks. How is everybody doing today? They sure as hell made us wait a while, but here it is. DCeased number 5. Let's get into it, talk about it, because this issue broke my heart. So the issue starts in a way very nicely because we do see that Wonder Woman and your boy Superman, not me, but Superman, survived the explosion that we had thought had wiped them out. So that was a good fake out. You really think that they died, but they didn't. They really didn't die. Which a part of me kind of knew it, but at the same time I was like, because I wasn't sure if they were going to survive such an explosion. But they did. They survived it. Then we see Wonder Woman and Superman flying to what used to be Metropolis, and we actually see that Green Canary, because that's what we're calling her now, she actually put a shield around the building of the top of the Daily Planet where they were standing, and they all survived the explosion. So they did not die. That was pretty good. We had this really good moment when you see Superman and Lois kind of just looking at each other through the green glass formation that protected them, and it was really touching, really heartwarming. It was really good. Our heroes decide to go over to Gotham City, which is now a jungle, because Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn have basically taken over it, and Poison Ivy has made it a full-on jungle. And now Damian Wayne is now wearing the bat suit, and he looks like some skinny guy, like you remember when Goten and Trunks fuse, and they made that really skinny Goten's fusion. That's what it looks like. he looks like he's like a really skinny, tiny Batman in a bat suit, and it's. I mean, I hate Damian Wayne as it is, and after that, I was just like, get out. Even Poison Ivy's like, who's that little dude in the Batman suit? And then, of course, he's like, oh, well, Batman's dead. I'm the new Batman, blah, blah, blah. They also end up turning Themyscira into a new kind of place where everybody can go and go live in, because all the survivors need a place to go to due to what had just happened. You know, the end of the world and all. And at first, of course, the queen was like, well, this is not a place for man, but she ended up accepting the fact that they had to help. It's a really cool scene. You actually see that Wonder Woman and Superman lifted up from under the seafloor more pieces of land so that the Themyscira could become bigger and they could fit more survivors on that island. Mara also helped. I forgot that, but she helped. So the new plan is to gather all the heroes so they can go ahead and help as many people as they can. And they gather all the heroes, they rescue a whole bunch of survivors. Everything is looking peaches and cream. And they actually find Lex Luthor. That's right. Lex Luthor, who actually claims not to be the smartest man on Earth since Batman has passed. And it's a Lex Luthor that looks defeated, looks almost empty, but still kind of cocky, to the point that he gets whacked by Lois Lane at one point, but that was kind of fun. So all of this happens. They almost think like everything is going very well. They decide to build arks. Yeah, like bit arks, like boats type arks, kind of like in the movie 2012, kind of like in the Bible. And they decide to build arks so that they can put the remaining survivors of Earth on it. We do see Cyborg for a little bit, but I don't like the fact that we didn't really get to talk about how come Cyborg wasn't like mutated by the virus or whatever it is that it causes, and we just saw that he was working on something to help, I guess, revert what had happened, but we didn't look too much into that. It was kind of just hey, Cyborg's there, he's doing stuff. So when we think that everything is going peaches and cream, we find out that Martian Manhunter, it's actually with them, and he's been infected. So he transforms into a giant version of himself, and he kills Lex Luthor, and he manages to infect Barry Allen, the Flash. Now, in previous issues, if you guys remember, that's what we were trying to avoid, because he can spread the disease so quick with the Speed Force that it's not even, it's bad. So our boy Superman says, you know what, I'll go and stop him. At first, I'm forgetting his freaking name. Wally West. Thank you. Wally West decides that he wants to go and stop it, but Superman is like, no, it's that's not a good idea. If we have two of you doing the same thing, it's gonna be no bueno. So Superman decides to go and try to stop Barry, and then of course even Wally's like, you think you're fast enough to stop him? And then he's like, no, I'm not. So what he does is, as the Flash is running across the world, Superman flies the other side of the world, and then they kind of meet up, and then Superman flies through Barry Allen and destroys him. Like, dead. Like, guts all over. So at this point you're thinking, cool, they got rid of the biggest Speed Force threat. Awesome. Good stuff, Supes. Good job. But then you look to the side of Superman and you see that actually some of the Flash's fingers got stabbed into him. Which means now it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Superman, it's now infected. And that hit me in my soul. Because Superman's my main dude. And then, of course, not only that, but for the sake of story, if you have Superman infected, you're kind of fucked. So we get this moment when Superman goes back. He tries to say goodbye to everybody. And maybe, as we get told later in the narration, maybe that was a mistake for him to go back and say goodbye. Because after that, he tries to fly to outer space and get himself as far away from Earth as he can. But before he can do that, the virus takes over him. And the panel ends with him kind of just shooting his head vision like into space. You don't know where, you don't know what's happening. But basically, it's telling you that all hope has been lost because he has now become a DCeased. We also finally find out who our mystery narrator has been this whole time, and that is Lois Lane. I'm not sure if we found out that before, but I feel like this is the one time when you actually see who it is, because she says, my husband, Clark, you know, and then you find out. If you did find out in the previous ones, I don't remember, maybe because they had me wait so long for this issue to come out, but I don't think they did. I think this is the first time that you know that Lois Lane is the narrator of the story. And that's how the issue ends, guys, and it just leaves me wanting more. This was a fantastic issue. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is an A+, straight away. No ifs or buts. I love this issue. It hit me right in the feels, especially the scene when Superman saying goodbye to Lois, saying goodbye to Jonathan. So that's two passing of the torches. We have Batman now having Damian be the new Batman, and now we're gonna have Superman having John be the new Superman. But we don't know how that exactly is gonna go, due to the fact that, you know, he is now a zombie and he might come back and kill everybody. So I foresee maybe some sort of fight between Superman and John, something like that, unless there's some sort of secret Metallo hiding somewhere, zombify Metallo or not zombify Metallo with a piece of kryptonite so that he's able to defeat Superman, or maybe like a Doomsday type, I don't know. The possibilities are endless, and that's what excites me about the next issue. And issue number 6, which if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the last issue. So everything is going to wrap up. I don't know. I feel like they could probably pull a couple more issues out of this. But you know what? I'm glad that they are not going too far. Maybe they're ending it where they're supposed to end it, so it doesn't get too boring or whatever. But I enjoyed it a lot, guys. This is some of the best stuff I've read in a while, and I highly, highly recommend that. If you haven't done so yet, check it out. But what do you guys think about DC so far? Do you love it? In my opinion, it's just as good or even a little more better than Marvel Zombies. Comment me. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Again, let me know what you think about DCeased. As per usual, you guys have been awesome. Do me a favor, guys. First of all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification bell so you don't miss anything this guy uploads. And second of all, stay awesome and geek on. Lewis, out. I need to go cry about Superman now.